Yeah, Titus called him out.
Hey, Titus, just a reminder, this match is gonna take place above the ring, not beneath it.
What's going on YouTube? It's SCN, place to be children, Mr. A&E. Back to give you guys another Raw review for November 9th, 2020. So now we are just a weekend, well, 2 full weeks away from Survivor Series. As they say, a week from Sunday, and obviously the build is just like, Survivor Series, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and Royal Rumble, in my personal opinion, needs to have more than just 2 to 3 week builds. You know what I'm saying? Those are pay-per-views that I felt as though that you got to really build, because those are supposed to be your biggest shows, and they sometimes just, like I said, Survivor Series just be treated like another pay-per-view. And I'm just saying that because we find out, the only thing about Survivor Series that we really got tonight was more so about the men's Survivor Series team. And we start out the show with Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre. I didn't see the opening segment, but it involved the New Day. Kofi got RKO out of nowhere. Then Drew McIntyre tried to come down and make the save as they were talking to Miz and Morrison, which led to a 6-man tag team match playa. But we start off we start off it with a triple threat match, and whoever's gonna get the final spot to be on Team Raw. It's Jeff Hardy taking on Elias, taking on Matt Riddle. Bro. Oh, excuse me. My bad. Riddle. Okay. So, junior triple threat stuff here, one trying to get the advantage on everybody else, stuff like that. And then Jeff Hardy goes for, I think it was the twist of fate on Elias. And then Jeff Hardy gets kneed out the ring by Riddle. And Elias goes on the corner, go bounce over the ropes. Riddle catches him, puts him in his I forgot what he calls that move, but the forward tombstone, I call it, and wins the match. So Matt Riddle is on the Survivor Series team. I hope he can last longer than he did last year because he was just in there just to basically get some kicks in, and then bam, gets RKO and he was done. So hopefully Riddle can actually last in there a little bit longer. So Riddle's part of the Survivor Series team. Lee's backstage giving a promo about how he is open to having Ricochet join Retribution. And I'm like, in my personal opinion, if you're looking at it by storyline perspective and what's really going on, I had an opening invitation to go join the Hurt Business, and then Retribution comes out of nowhere and they suck. They lose matches. You know what I'm saying? They're not always featured other than in Ali, and none of them really good. You got Hurt Business out there looking sharp, got the suits, you know what I'm saying? Then they got title opportunities. If I was Ricochet, I'd be like, man, I better go back to the Hurt Business. But I'm like, I ain't got time to go for Retribution. But once again, those storylines ain't gonna try to make sense. I doubt Ricochet's gonna be the lone wolf anyway, as he needs to be probably. Speaking of the Hurt Business, so they're backstage talking, and then Drew Gulak comes up and says that he wants to put in his invitation to join the Hurt Business because you have the United States Champion Bobby Lashley, the future tag team champions in Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin, and of course the 24/7 champion Drew Gulak, and will be unstoppable. And then if he says, wait, so where's your pocket square? He turns around and puts a little pocket square in his suit jacket, and he says, well, right now, I appreciate you trying to get your application on it, but we're not accepting applications at the time right now. And then Bob's about to try to grip him up, but then he pulls it off. It's a clip-on tie. And then MVP says, "You trying to come to one of the best dressed groups in all WWE with a clip-on?" And then so Bobby says, "Fellas, they beat down Drew Gulak, and then who comes from the shadows is R-Truth to win back his 24/7 championship." So I actually like the segment. I actually like how it's like different weeks backstage. They actually got people actually trying to join the Hurt Business because how dominant it is. I like seeing stuff like that. It directly shows how much of a threat and legit a group the Hurt Business is, that everybody wants to be a part of it. So I like when they had Titus O'Neil one week, they had Drew Gulak another week, so you never know, seeing different people come out saying, look, let me try the Hurt Business. I do think they should add one more member to get that 5-person stable. I do think, in my opinion, it should be a woman, and it probably should be like that. See, my thing was Naomi should be in it. If they wasn't gonna do Naomi, I would do Shayna Basler, but Shayna Basler is part of the tag team right now, and she really don't need to be part of a group, but she can definitely be dominant. You know, that could have helped boost her up, I guess, in Vince's eyes. You know, a woman that's gonna come out there and just, you know, be dominant. Honestly, you could take Mia Yim off Retribution and put her on her business, and I think she'd be good, because I really think that would be a dope ass thing. So let's see what comes up into play. It's time for Lana versus Shayna Basler. I guess Lana wants some revenge. In this match is really nothing. Shayna Basler dominates, puts her on the carry Buddha because she has to tap out. Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke are on the ringside because they are part of the Survivor Series team, and they try to go put her through the announce table again, but then Brooke and Mandy Rose stop her from putting Lana through the announce table. Let everybody know this is our partner for Team Raw at Survivor Series, so we're gonna need her. Which Lana, she ain't either not gonna make it to Survivor Series, or they're gonna have her pull off some crazy ass upset. But I tell you right now, Lana better not pin Bianca Belair at all. It's time for Team Captain AJ Styles comes out and tries to get all his team along now, and we get the full team, and he does what he's team captain, and then now there's all disagreement, and then Sheamus. Braun Strowman is mad at Sheamus for giving him a sneak attack with the bro kick, but then Sheamus is mad at Keith Lee for attacking him from behind, and then Keith Lee's mad at AJ for attacking him from behind from all last week. AJ tried to break all that down, and then Brad Rhodes says, "Bro, you don't understand what we need to do all that. We just need cool Survivor Series code names." Let's see. Brad Rhodes was Keith Lee's birthday, so he called him Broly. Get it? He called AJ Slapper, I think it was. I forgot what he called all the names. Sheamus called Fireface. He said, "Oh, because I'm a ginger, right?" He said, "No, because when you get mad, your face gets red, bro." And he said, "So what's your Survivor Series name?" I forgot what he called him, but he said, "How did you guess, bro?" And I was just like, "Oh God." Matt Riddle, I can't keep calling this man Riddle. Matt Riddle. I love what he did with the Broserweights with him and Pete Dunne. I thought that was that gelled all together. But this right here, I was just like, oh my God, he's just too much of a. I just don't know. I don't know if it's working for me just yet. But AJ says, "Look, I knew we had to come to this, so I talked to Adam Pearce, and tonight we gotta get our differences out. So I did a tag team matchup with Sheamus and Braun Strowman versus Keith Lee and Matt Riddle, and I am the special guest referee." So they had the tag team matchup. I thought it was a very entertaining and good tag team matchup. Keith Lee and Matt Riddle did pretty good. Actually, there was a time where Keith Lee was running back and forth, hitting on Braun Strowman, hitting on Sheamus, and take Sheamus and toss right into Braun Strowman, and then spirit bombs Matt Riddle on the Sheamus. So Keith Lee was just going off. But the win comes when Riddle rolls up Sheamus, after him and after Strowman and him can't get along, and then they get the win. And so that's what it was. But there was a thing where Braun accidentally, or Keith Lee accidentally hit AJ Styles, and as he was trying to get back up, him and Keith Lee and Strowman was running, and it collided right into AJ Styles, and his insurance policy was about to get in the ring. I would love to see that, but even though I think Strowman and Keith Lee would just took that man out, though. I mean, he's tall, but I don't know. He may be tall for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Bobby Lashley and MVP are out next with a promo about Sami Zayn at Survivor Series. But then here comes Titus O'Neil. He comes out and says, "Look, man, what you did to me a couple weeks ago, you beat me down, that wasn't business. I came to you trying to join the Hurt Business, and then what you guys did was just not business." And he said, and people were saying, "Titus, that you need to leave." So he said, "I'm not going to leave. I'm not going to turn around, and I'm going to step to you. And if he's a United States champion, why don't you defend the title sometime?" So he wants the United States Championship match right now. I thought the promo by Titus O'Neil was very fiery, and I enjoyed it. I was like, okay, Titus, showing some gumption, about time, but he's going to get squashed by Bobby Lashley. So they about to set up for this United States Championship matchup, and MVP said, "Now, Titus, remember this. The match takes place above the ring, but not beneath it." Aha! Reference to Titus World Slide. Lashley tries to get in the Hurt Lock, but then Titus is just fighting them all, punching them and kicking them and stuff like that. He's going very, very aggressive, like beating down Bobby Lashley until he bounces him off the ropes, and then Bobby hits that spear. And then After the spear, he tries to get him up in the hurt lock. It takes a while, but he gets him in the hurt lock, and Titus taps out, and that's what it was. So here's the thing. I would have liked, because Titus, he fits the profile of the Hurt Business, but once again, Titus is a great ambassador for WWE and all the stuff that he has fought for and everything. So him being part of the heel group, even though kayfabe was dead, I don't know if it'll be the look that they want. But like I said, he dressed the part, and they could actually got Titus, back on track. But like I said, I still think if they do put a final member of the Hurt Business, it should be a woman. So I did that. That would make a really interesting concept. And I'm just saying, Naomi would be the best. Like a woman, wearing the suit too. Like I think that'd be dope. I would think that would be dope. Sheamus goes backstage. He's mad, and he sees Drew McIntyre. He expresses his feelings that he wanted him to be on the Survivor Series team, and he does not get along with any of his teammates. And then he's mad that he has to team up with the New Day tonight. And Drew McIntyre starts doing the New Day clap and everything to try to get Sheamus to break the tension and everything like that. And he says, "Look, I know I need to calm down." He said, "But we can go celebrate, with some Irish lager and some Scottish lager and stuff like that." But I'm trying to see where they want to get to. But I want Drew McIntyre to go against the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns, because the way Drew McIntyre has been built all this year with the championship, it's just great. Randy Orton's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, but I don't want him in that matchup. Okay? I really don't want him in that matchup, because next week we are going to get a WWE Championship match between Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton. I don't know if Sheamus is going to try to screw Drew McIntyre, whatever the case may be, or if Sheamus is going to be next in line to go for Drew McIntyre for his championship. So depending on how the things all fall into place by next week. But they're trying to ease the tension. Nia Jax taking on Asuka now, and then we have all the Team Raw on the outside just watching this matchup as Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler come outside, says she's the leader, and even her tag team partners to fall in line. And they come out, and Nia Jax once again is getting all the roll-ups by Asuka, getting in the arm bars, getting in submission holds. So she finally brings her outside, tosses her towards the barricade. And as Asuka has Nia Jax and Asuka locked, Shannon Basler comes in and kicks Asuka in her back. It causes a DQ. Then all the women start fighting, which is supposed to be the Raw Survivor Series team. And then after they clear house, it's just them left with the table with Lana. They go clear that table, and then Nia Jax puts Lana through the announce table for it's either the 7th or the 8th time. They have put this poor woman through the table so much I've lost count. I've truly lost count. Then we get this pointless matchup for a 7-way 24/7 championship matchup. Why? And once again, it's Job City. It's really Job City. I'm like, you don't even try to bring the gym and see this. It's an R-Truth title. Leave it at that. It's R-Truth taking on Drew Gulak, who should even be in this in the first place. Akira Tozawa, Tucker, Eric from the Viking Raiders should even be in this, and Lucha House Party. So multiple wins here. We have what was it? Tozawa wins it first, and then Eric goes to Tozawa, and then Drew Gulak pins Eric, and then we have Tucker that pins Drew Gulak, and he gets all trash and everything, and then we get Grand Metalik wins it, then Lindsay Dorado wins it, and then R-Truth comes and finally wins it back and runs off. Pointless stuff. Very pointless. Mustafa Ali is taking on Ricochet, and this was the best match of the night. And I'm glad these two got time to actually work. And it was a pretty dope matchup because Raw was really boring. So it really was a pretty dope matchup. Ali gets the win with as Ricochet tries to go for the Phoenix Splash and actually misses it. Usually I see him do the Phoenix Splash and roll out of it, but he actually went for it and missed it, and Ali went to put some kind of submission. He didn't tap out, but Ricochet did pass out. So 6-man tag team matchup: the New Day and Drew McIntyre taking on Miz and Morrison and Orton. Morrison is getting dominated by Xavier Woods in the beginning, and then gets dominated by Kofi. And he goes for attack Randy Orton, and Randy Orton looks disgusted. He's not tagging him, so the Miz tags in. And then the match goes on. So Randy Orton the whole time doesn't get in the match at all. He goes down to the side as the New Day take out Miz and Morrison, and Drew McIntyre is begging for Reigns to get in the match. He's not getting in the match at all. He's just like, nah. Commercial break, and we come back, and we still got Morrison back in action, and he's in there with Drew McIntyre, of course. But Drew McIntyre takes out John Morrison with a Future Shock DDT and then a Claymore. But as he's about to go for the Claymore, he just drags Morrison to the corner and puts him so Randy Orton can tag in. And Randy Orton will act like he's going to tag in, but doesn't. And then walks away and then watches Drew McIntyre Claymore kick John Morrison and go right 1, 2, 3. Drew McIntyre wins. Next week's going to be a championship. The championship right before Survivor. It's the go home for Survivor Series. So we're going to have Drew McIntyre taking on Randy Orton, which I hope it's like an AJ Styles and Jinder Mahal situation where AJ takes the belt off Jinder Mahal, but even though he took it off like 2 weeks before, so we can have some build for the AJ Styles versus Brock Lesnar matchup. Then we had Raw Tag Team title match, the Hurt Business going up against the New Day, which they could possibly be in the ones to go up against the Street Profits on SmackDown. So we got to see what it is. So once again, that was Raw. Raw gets a thumbs down from me because Raw was just nothing really happened. There was no really good hype. I enjoyed the AJ segment. I enjoyed Ty showing some fire. It just wasn't enough. I enjoyed the Drew Gulak stuff with Her Business, but it still wasn't enough. The Mustafa Ali and Ricochet was the best match on the card, and that just wasn't enough because Raw just felt like it didn't give me hype for Survivor Series, but it didn't give me hype to for anything. So that was Raw. Post any comments down below. How'd you guys enjoy Monday Night Raw? Hit the like button if you guys enjoyed my review. Hit the subscribe button for more reviews right here on on NC Studios. So once again, it's NC a place to be. Children Stay in D, and Nerd Coalition is out.